Hey guys, I'm Henry. Ian's not here, but I'm still half of Bosch, so I'm going to be taking today's episode of the Bish Bash Bosh book club. Now, this is the book club where we basically make a video talking about the book and showing you sneak previews, good stuff, and telling you exciting background information about this cookbook, which we are super excited about. It comes out on the 4th of April. We're going to be doing a huge party to celebrate it coming out in London. We'll tell you more about that next week. But right now, for today's episode, I want to talk to you about my favorite recipes in this book. In fact, what you'll see if you look at the front cover is we actually wrote on it, your favorites, all plants. And that is just the whole mindset behind creating this book, was trying to get into the mind of, you know, the general person who likes vegan food, plant-based food, and what are their favorite recipes. We wanted to distill them all into this cookbook. So whatever food you used to love, those favorite dishes that maybe you miss, you only get from time to time when you go to a really good restaurant, we wanted to plug them into this book. I think we've done a pretty good job of it. So without further ado, let's whistle through my favorite recipes. So, chapter number 1, which is the quick chapter. So this is all really, really quick recipes. And my favorite is the piri piri chorizo bake. This is gorgeous. If I can just find it. We definitely should have put little sticky notes in this book, but you have to bear with me while I find them. There we go. Look at that. That is the piri piri chorizo tray bake. It's an incredible photograph and it's a gorgeous recipe. Essentially what we're doing in this recipe is we're turning any veggie vegan sausage into a chorizo. So we've got a kind of easy chorizo hack, which you can use actually for any recipe. But we use that to turn the sausages into a chorizo. We give them those flavors of things like fennel, paprika, a bit of sweetness from maple syrup, a bit of kind of umami from red wine. Umami is that kind of extra 5th taste, the kind of savory taste. We all thought there were 4 tastes, actually there's 5. Umami is the 5th. And those chorizo sausages are packed with umami flavor, and it's just a really easy, really quick recipe. So that one is wicked. Okay, next up is the big chapter. That's what it looks like. That's a lovely picture of Ian holding a wrap. Looks slightly dubious if you ask me, but you know, there you go. Good job, Ian. And my favorite in this chapter, if you can zoom in really close there, you can actually see we put our favorites at the front of these chapters. Mine is the curry house jalfrezi, which looks like that. Oh my goodness. I mean, here we literally wanted to go for favorite curries. So interesting fact for you, which is that Britain's favorite curry used to be the chicken tikka masala, or our version of that is a sweet potato tikka masala. We put that in this book. But Britain's favorite curry is the jalfrezi, which we also put in this book. So the 2 of Britain's favorite curries are both in this book. The reason this jalfrezi is so good is that we use proper authentic British curry house techniques to get a really creamy sauce, like a really smooth texture, and make sure we've got a real thick gravy all around that gorgeous, gorgeous veg. It's delicious, the spices are incredible, and this is not how most curries are made at home, and that's why most curries that are made at home don't taste as good as when you go to a curry house. This is how curries in curry houses are made. I'm not gonna go into more detail about it, but it's in the book, it's wicked. Grab a copy of it if you wanna find that recipe. Okay, next up is feasts. Let's find the feast chapter. Right, here we go. Look at that. Boom. That is a feast chapter, and if you can zoom in really close there, you'll see that my favorite recipe from that book is the easy peasy roast dinner. The inspiration behind this one, there it is, look. That's the easy peasy roast dinner. Boom. So you've got jackfruit, which has been shredded and flavored to taste kind of like pulled turkey, as well as your potatoes, your root veg, and applesauce. And the idea behind this is, you know, making a roast dinner can be a real faff. We wanted to create a roast dinner that could be done on 1 baking tray, or maybe 2 baking trays, but pretty much 1 baking tray. whack it in the oven, set it and forget it. So this recipe, it's gonna take a couple of hours, but you'll only be working for about 20 minutes of that, so half an hour. Super easy, one tray roast dinner using jackfruit, delicious, incredible. Okay, getting through these at good pace. So next up is the sides and sharers chapter. There we go. Now this is a really good one. I'm hyped about this one. So my favorite in this chapter is the party poppers with barbecue sauce. Absolutely banging. Now, there's the picture, there's the recipe. You can see, look, it's even got a little tag in it, which is a good sign. A really nice touch, actually. We've seen a load of people Instagramming us with their Bosch books, which are tagged up like that. It's always good to see cookbooks being well used. So this recipe for party poppers, I mean, this is like vegan chicken, right? Let me tell you this story. We did this event called Huddle, the Huddle Mindshare, where we did a cooking demo and we had vegan chicken from Temple of Satan. And we brought it and we just wanted to give it to everybody to taste. And word spread like wildfire around that event where everyone was talking about the vegan chicken that they tasted next door that was incredible. This recipe is us recreating that. So we are showing you how to make absolutely gorgeous, banging vegan chicken. And you know what? Luckily, by some stroke of luck, I happen to have some right here. So I'm gonna show you this. These are our party poppers. Look how good they look. That, I mean, they're just incredible. Look at the state of that. That does not look like vegan food. These are seitan, but the seitan is like perfect. It's not too squidgy, it's not too firm. It's just got that right level of bite. We've double dipped these, and we also tell you how to triple cook them. So you get a really like incredibly crispy, gorgeous bite. And obviously the flavor is on point. Colonel, you should be quivering in your boots because these are incredible. And then you dip it in the Bosch barbecue sauce and you've got a marriage made in heaven. If you can see that dip, the dip shot. Can you get that? You got that, Kathy? Oh, look at that. Incredible. Vegan chicken goals, there you go. Absolutely gorgeous, delicious, crispy on the outside, soft on the inside. Now, I'm rambling a little bit, so I'm gonna speed up and get through the rest. Greens, the next chapter is greens. So in this chapter are salads and just recipes where the whole focus is on the veggies. Okay, greens. Next chapter, greens. And my favorite recipe within this chapter is the mega meze platter. Look at that. This, I think, is my favorite recipe in the entire book. There was a Middle Eastern restaurant I used to go to in Angel all the time, and it was delicious. And you just get a meze platter with loads of little picky bits. You'd get your flatbread, you'd get hummus, you would get spicy potatoes, batata harari. You'd also have tabbouleh, baba ganoush, all of this incredible stuff. That is the inspiration for this favorite recipe. That one, which is the mega meze platter. Absolutely gorgeous. All the flavors marry so well together. You've got acidic in there, you've got peppery, you've got heat, subtle heat. You've got the freshness of the tabbouleh. It's absolutely gorgeous. Next up, the desserts chapter. You know, often vegan desserts are quite lacking. Not in this book. Boom, there we go. My favorite recipe in the desserts chapter is absolutely, undeniably this. We're from Yorkshire, and that is a Bakewell tart. That's from the neck of the woods that we're from. We would sometimes, as families, like my family would drive out to Bakewell and we'd have Bakewell tarts. It's like a really delicious almond cherry combination, kind of like a frangipane with a gorgeous jam in the middle. We actually did a different YouTube video about the Bakewell tart, so you can go and check that out, where we went to Bakewell and went to look at the history of the Bakewell tart. This dish is incredible. You're gonna love it. And finally, we've got the breakfast chapter. There we go. And my favorite recipe in the breakfast chapter is these. These are the baby croissants. Super easy, super little, super cute, perfect for a breakfast. We've got an almond croissant in here where you make your own almond filling, and we've also got a chocolate croissant in there as well. just croissants are the most perfect breakfast, and they still can be quite hard to find when you're eating a completely plant-based diet. That's why they're in the book. Everything in here is meant to be your favorite recipes, the stuff you miss, the stuff you love, the stuff you want to cook. So that wraps it up. We love this book, it's incredible. We hope you will too. If you haven't got a copy already, do pre-order it. You're gonna get a signed version from Waterstones, which is better. It's got more recipes and it's kind of green down the side. It looks beautiful. But wherever you get it from, we hope you pre-order it, because the more of them we can get in, the better. Links in the description. We're gonna see you tomorrow for another episode of Bish Bash Bosh Book Club. Bish Bash Bosh. Doesn't sound the same without Ian, does it? No, I miss Ian. See you tomorrow.